Okay, guys. So, we are driving home. I'm getting off work. And I wanted to talk to you. I'm trying to upload these videos. I had to do it like 3 or 4 times. It's giving me a whole lot of trouble. Like, spirit guides or whatever they are, or either YouTube, I don't know, it's not allowing me to really upload them. So I'm trying it again for the 4th time. Hopefully they get on there. The video that I have to make the video over that has the actual photos, because I wasn't able to upload that. So I got an explanation on there, some other stuff, but I gotta do the video for. I'm gonna put it on there. It'll be on there by the time you hear this. So this ain't about that though. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the Bible again. Just a little bit, because when I first start, putting the videos on my channels and stuff, and I know some of you that watch, or I don't have a lot of people that watch, but my introduction did say that I was gonna let me get over so these people can go around me, because it's people getting off work, they want to go home, and they're not gonna make me kill myself, or tear up my car. So let me get on over so they can do what they want to do. But anyway, so you remember I had said we wasn't going to talk a lot, about religion and stuff. But, I identify as a spiritual person, so we will be talking about some stuff related to religion. So let me clarify that, because I did say that in my introduction videos, but, So I want to talk a little bit about God and, the Bible, just a little bit more about that. And I'm doing it on my drive home. So, now what I think is, I think that there's a lot of truth to the Bible. I think that the Bible has been around for a long time. But, and I've said this in a couple of my other videos, I feel that the Bible has passed through a lot of hands, so to speak. And so how we found out some stuff about history that, we didn't really know at first. Like, it's some history that slave black women, us, we used to breastfeed, our owners' babies. We used to breastfeed or whatever. I don't guess they was pumping milk then. So yeah, breastfed. Now that was left out of, all slave history. That's not a well-known fact. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn it. I'm kind of older, so I didn't learn it till I was a grown woman. I knew about slavery, but I didn't know that part. So basically what I'm saying is, and they, people probably lie about that. I know they didn't. They didn't do that. Well, it's alleged that we breastfed their babies, because we were pregnant, and they were breeding us like dogs pretty much. So, we were not dogs, but that's how we were treated. So I don't want nobody to take offense to that. And so, when we were pregnant, which was a lot, your breasts have milk. I don't know why our owners did not, the wives or the mothers did not want to breastfeed their babies. If they didn't want to mess up their figures, or it was painful. I don't know. I can't remember reading all of that. But I did read that we breastfed their babies. Now, I know they would probably say, no, that's a lie, that's disgusting. They would never, have our black milk, in their babies' mouths and all that stuff. Now, I'm just saying, I just heard that. So, that being said, I brought that up for a reason. Some stuff has been left out of history, and just like with Hitler, you know what I'm saying, some stuff was left out of that too, like, some of the people that actually helped and hid those Jews and stuff, it was some Germans, families and just, regular people that actually helped and hid some of those Jews. They were German Jew, whatever. It was a whole lot of different stuff going on with the races and stuff. So I don't understand it all, but I do know that that's something else that wasn't broadly known. We did know that a lot of people helped and hid the Jews, and stuff like that, but that's not too widely noted. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I just didn't read up on it till later. So let's just say, could just have been me. But yeah. So that part. About the it was actually some Germans that helped the Jews. So I'm saying this to say, and others that helped the Jews that, was never brought up. It was never even put into history. Like, I've read that somewhere, that some people were helping them Jews or had them Jews, and them people ain't even named in the history. That being said, even though the Bible is a very precious celestial book, it is, to be respected and everything, you can't really trust man as time moved on. You know what I'm saying? To have kept everything like it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like some things were taken out, and some things were put in. Now, and some things were added that God didn't say. Or he may have, it was told a different way or something. Something was added to it. I just think that it's been tampered with, and I think it was just for whatever agenda, it was a purpose for it. You get what I'm saying? So when black people, when we were slaves, all we had was faith. We didn't have nobody to ride in on, a horse and save us or none of that. We had faith, God. And our faith was, real strong. Black people, are very, faith-driven people. You know what I'm saying? Like, real religious people and spiritual people, because that's all, that's what we had. We had God. And believe it or not, let me say this, even though it's not about them, the Jews were, real, they had a lot of faith too. Because if the movies got it right, when they were putting them in the oven, them people were still praying. That's faith. So, and very strong faith. So, I'm saying this to say, they took, what basically our strongest, what we had, what I'm saying? Our strength, what I'm saying? And it's faith. And I believe they took that and they turned it and flipped it against us. So they figured, somebody somewhere said, listen, they believe in this thing up in the sky, that nobody ain't never seen. You know what I'm saying? They really believe in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they call it God. We make him work with this. So what they did was, because we are, we're very, spiritual people and religious people, they used that against us. So they went in there and put some things in that Bible that, they it's God, it's some of God's stuff, but you know what I'm saying. They kind of put like their own little edge on it. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of reformed it, so to speak. As an organization. You know what I'm saying? Like a control type thing. God, anything to do with God shouldn't have nothing to do with that. It's our free will. He wants you to come willingly. You know what I'm saying? So, I just believe that, religion was used, is being used. And, there are probably a whole lot of good religious people out here, and teachers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the people that change some of that stuff in that Bible, you know what I'm saying, to brainwash, blacks, because, it's a control thing. Once the slavery was done with, they had to come up with another way. And to be honest, slavery is not done with. And that's just my opinion. They just, they just, you know what I'm saying? They just repackaged it, basically. You get what I'm saying? It's being presented differently. It's being camouflaged. You know what I'm saying? It's new and improved. It's like, we still are oppressed. And we do still have a lot of opportunities that we take, for granted. You know what I'm saying? Black people could be doing a lot more. So, I ain't one of them that's going to sit and keep blaming it on the you-know-what man. But, what I'm saying is we are only allowed to do so much. You either play that game or you don't. You're not going to be put in these high positions and high places and do it your way, the correct way. They'll put you up there, but you're gonna play it their way. And so it's just to pacify black people. Look, you got a black president. Ooh, look, you got a black lawyer. You got black doctors. It's just to pacify us. Because once slavery got abolished, they had to have another way to control us. We was always spiritual and religious, so, they just took what we loved and they basically is using it against us. So I do believe a lot of things in the Bible is true, but I do believe some stuff been completely taken out. There's no way that book done traveled this long and ain't nobody tampered. Just no way. You just, man can't be trusted like that. I'm sorry. Not with the free will. And I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't feel like I am. And I feel like religion, and all that, a lot of that stuff in that Bible, religion, church, and, this and that, even marriage, there wasn't always no courthouse. Marriage was seen in the eyes of God. There's nothing wrong with going to get your paper if you want to go down there and get your paper. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, cavemen or whoever, they didn't have paper in courthouses. Marriage is in the eyes of the Lord. Ain't got nothing to do with paper. That, you got to know the difference between man-made laws and stuff, that they try to masquerade as stuff God said. You got to know the difference. And stuff that God probably really said. There's a difference. Because two people that be together and faithful to each other and take care of each other and love each other and treat people right and treat each other right and live by God's rules. But they together. They married in God's eyes. You don't know that. People don't know that. Oh, you got to go down to the courthouse. The Bible say, we ain't always had no courthouse. or, get married as a wife, it's in the eyes of God. Now, I don't know if the Bible say courthouse. I don't know that. But, marriage, God can marry you too. God can see you as married without the paper. Just understand that he God. He can do what he wants. I get so tired of hearing religious people, saying he wouldn't do that. He ain't doing this. He can switch it up if he want to. And who took the thing that black people love the most, the only thing we had to hang on to in our worst time, and they took it and used it against us. Oh, okay. They like this, they really this religion, this God thing, okay. We got something for them. So let's package it. All they did was package religion. That's all they did. Package it. So, again, nothing is wrong with that if that's what you need. Everybody needs are different. But you just got to know the difference between, what probably, maybe, God's stuff, his sayings, and then something man said, and just put in there. And say God said it. Because you are married in the eyes of the Lord. You're not going to hell if you've been with somebody and you've been laying with somebody, They was them back in the Bible days was married in God's eyes. God marries you in his eyes. You go down there and get your paper. But you don't think, like them religious people try to tell you, if you've been with the same man for 40 years, y'all done had some beautiful kids, you ain't never cheated, you don't think he ever cheated on you, and y'all been loving and taking care of each other through sickness and health, God done married y'all. That courthouse paper, that's man's law. That they done tried to say is God's. Marriage is not just a piece of paper. That's man's part of it. That's material. Marriage is in the heart, in the eyes of God. If you two love each other and you taking care of each other, not stepping out on each other, he taking care of his home and them kids, God done married you in his eyes. Y'all ain't going to hell. That's all them religious people know. Going to hell, going to hell, going to hell. And I had a religious friend tell me, because I asked her, I said, I have a problem with hearing hell every time you go to church. I got a problem with that. And I think it's intimidation. And she answered me and she said, she's real religious. And she said, well, everybody always hear about the good God do, Rita. And so, sometimes they need to hear about that. You know what I'm saying? So they stay on the right track. Just need to hear the other options, And, I thought that was a pretty good answer. I ain't gonna even cap. But I just don't think, saying it is not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I do think that once you keep saying it, it becomes a form of intimidation or manipulation to me. It takes on a different form. That's what I think. Once you keep saying it. You don't have to keep saying that. People already know that. That's been around forever. You shouldn't have to say that. I want people to come, and follow me, if I was, had a church and stuff willingly. I don't want to threaten them. That's what the free will is. You don't even have to tell nobody about hell. We see it. We live in it. Every time you step out your door, you just have to make the right choices. Church don't have to show you a picture of hell. You know what I'm saying? And then for people, one more thing and then I'm going to let y'all go. for people that think, and I'm gonna be real careful with this, that they going straight to heaven from here. That could be true for some. I do believe that God has a heavenly place for us, for those that are ready for that. But I don't think, and I think you shed a lot of your earthly earthly attachments, maybe emotions and things, once you transition, once you leave your physical body. I do believe that. So some of us, once we part the physical body, may be ready for that. Some of us may be going right up there where God at, sit right on the couch with him. I think he has a heavenly place for us. And I think some of us has to continue to spiritually grow. So, the church, a lot of the churches teaches that, you go to church, you follow, believe in Jesus and all this stuff, and you go to heaven. And that may be true. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm not saying. I just think that coming from here, you know what I'm saying? There's a cleansing that has to take place. Another cleansing. Some more growth before we would, be ready for that. That's just all I think. I don't think, I think some are probably, that would go straight from here. So let me just speak for myself. And a lot of religious people, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know what I'm saying? If you pass down if I die in my bed tonight, you know what I'm saying? That I'm what I want to say, I'm pure enough to, you know what I'm saying? And that's just my feeling. I could be wrong. God could say, come on, girl, you ready. I could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts, that once we leave, we die here, we still got some cleansing to do. You know what I'm saying? So for a lot of people that just think they going straight to heaven because they go to church every Sunday and, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I just believe that it's more to be done. You know what I'm saying? I just think, and, we go to a heavenly place. Now, some of us probably is ready. You know what I'm saying? So when you leave that physical body, you probably, ego and all that stuff go with it. You get what I'm saying? You just, like the whole shell you get what I'm saying? You don't have none of that no more. So maybe, maybe it's true you go on where you supposed to go. You get what I'm saying? But I would think if you just coming straight from down here, since it's sin down here, you know what I'm saying? It's a process. You know what I'm saying? Like some more cleansing that needs to be done for some of us. For some of us, I don't want y'all to get mad. Some of us might be ready, and some of us probably, need some more, a little bit more fine tuning, if you know what I mean. So, that's what I had to say about that. Yeah. So I guess that's it. I was driving home from work, so I just had those things on my mind and just wanted to talk about a little bit about that. See how y'all feel about it. Again, these are just my thoughts and opinions. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And thank you guys for listening. I appreciate y'all for even tuning in to listen. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna get out the car and go in my house now.